Good evening, everyone. My name is Terry from Mobil V8 Supercars, and I'd like to invite all of you to come and watch. We are having our first show of Mobil V8 Supercars TV tonight, and it's exciting times. You've seen on our Facebook page that we've been talking about our YouTube channel, Mobil V8 Supercars TV, and tonight will be the first episode where we want to introduce you to the guys outside of the track, outside of their cars, outside of the pits. We want to get in close and personal with them, ask them some questions, find out what they do, what they're about, and obviously we obviously want to just enlighten everyone on what these guys do on a day-to-day basis. And so thanks very much for tuning in and watching our first episode with us. We've just come back from a race weekend at Bekisa, which I hope everybody tuned into our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. We had some fantastic racing. We had a new winner within our series, which obviously exciting. We had a different winner for every single race this season so far, all four of them. It stands good for good things to come within our series. The first guy that I wanted to introduce you to tonight is JP Nortje. Drives the N4 Autocroft Corvette, and I think tonight we'll sort of set the trend with some of the younger guys within the series. And JP will be followed by Warren Lombard, and then after that we'll bring up Mackie and our race winner Julian Fameliaris. JP, I wanted to just ask you a few questions around V8 Supercars, but before we get into Mobil V8 Supercars, I wanted to ask you, where did you start your racing career?
Basically started in 1999 in Formula M's. From there we progressed to Formula V's, then Formula GTIs, then tried Polo Cup, and then went into regional racing. And then after a while we said, obviously the V8 Supercars is the place to be. And then when Mobil came on board, we said it's a solid foundation for, I think, the fastest cars in the country. And that's where we wanted to mix it. So that's basically a brief of just where I come from. At a splash in oval tracks also, and that's basically my racing career.
And JP, you mentioned Formula M. Obviously we know that that's been a bit of a family affair with you guys. Corey Volskink obviously started in the Formula M with you. Tell me the competition there. I mean, you guys have been racing for many years. Was that only in Formula M, or did that carry on through the ranks in some of your single-seater racing as well?
Yes. Look, when I started Formula M, Corey was racing Class A. I was racing Class C. His dad basically gave me my first drive, so that's how I came into racing. Yep. Then we progressed to Formula GTIs, and then the war started. There's always been rivalry. We're good mates off the track, it's always been. We really want him back, and we were actually teammates last year. So, but when we go racing, there's no friendship lost.
JP, you're racing a Corvette now in Chef Corvette in Mobil V8 Supercars. Can you tell us a little bit about the car, the chassis, that sort of thing, and maybe just give us a rundown on your sponsor, N4 Autocroft? What is that about, and what do they do for you guys?
Okay, the car is actually the ex-Willie Hepburn car. Then it was raced by Devon, so it's a very successful car. We have also had success in it to a fair bit. We had a bit of bad luck, which I think we've sorted out now. N4 Autocroft is my own company. It's a panel beating shop in Pretoria East. And then I've also got another sponsor, Amtech, which is our fuel supplier. And just want to give a shout out to Uncle Dewald for actually providing us with fuel.
Oh, fantastic. Thanks, Amtech. And, obviously sponsors are near and dear to us, so we really appreciate everyone that puts a bit in to keep our cars on the track and that. JP, just last question. Your aspirations for V8 Supercars, and we got the Passion for Speed coming up on the 18th of June. What's your goals? What's your objectives around that? And can we expect a good fight at the front?
Obviously, we don't go racing to run midfield. We go racing to run up front. So I think personally lost a bit of interest, but after Pakisa we sorted a few issues, and as in Afrikaans we say, we really list to go racing again. So the car's already stripped. When the last couple of months after the 2 races, you just leave it in the corner and go and try and race it again, and these cars don't work like that. So the car stripped. We're doing prep work and trying to get the nigglies out. That's been hampering us. We have won at Swartkops before, so we know what it feels like, and we really want to be back in front. We took the Pakisa weekend as to see. We weren't planning on racing this year, but after Pakisa, I think we see that the car can do a good lap. We sorted the brakes. Now it's just the driver needs some confidence again. We'll be on new rubber for Swartkops, which is obviously a big bonus in these cars, and you need them. So we'll be back fighting.
Excellent. Well, JP, good luck. And
thank you,
guys. There we go. JP Nortje, behind the scenes of what goes on, and I think that you can definitely see. Oh, the last thing. Are we going to see some new colours for the Corvette at Passion for Speed?
We might.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Just waiting for Warren to step up to the plate here. Guys, I want to introduce you to Warren Lombard. If you watched the race on Saturday, you would have seen a orange and grey Ford Falcon. Battleship grey Ford Falcon, sponsored by Pep Boys Automotive. You would have seen it running at the front for a long period of time, specifically in the second heat. And Warren, super good race. Tell us about it, and how was Pakisa for you?
Pakisa was good. We're trying to get to the front, and it's every time we seem to get there, we're kind of not there. So we just keep putting in more work, more practice, more lap times, trying to get the car better, trying to set it up better, trying to learn different strategies, which we learned this weekend. There's a whole lot of different strategies, especially with the tyres, which going forward we'll definitely use in the next couple of races.
Oh, excellent. And Warren, just a little bit about the car that you're driving. Can you give us some history on that car and what it's about?
So it's the old Skulk's old car, Skulk and Oki Compound. They race it. I'm not too sure how many years it is, but we've kind of gone through the car, redone as much as we can, trying to get it on pace. Small little things make the biggest difference in these cars.
Okay.
Not such the big stuff, but more the little stuff we're working on.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that was also a good side car. I believe Jade and Des both had a run in that.
Oh yes, it was definitely. It was a good side car. I forgot about that actually. So it's definitely a good car.
And just give us a bit of a background on your, where you started racing. What?
I think I've pretty much raced everything from motorbikes, scooters, go-karts, sprint cars, Cobras in the historics. Grew up around racing with the ear coats. I was fortunate enough to be the racetracks from a young age. I can't even remember what age I was at the racetracks from, and basically racing's in the blood, and that's anything we can race, that's what we want to do.
And Warren, the branding on your car, Pep Boys, Mobil One. Can you tell us a bit about Pep Boys?
Yeah, we're a full fitment centre in Sunny Rock in Bedford View. We do anything for brand new cars, from nudge bars, tow bars, security lids, Beekman canopies, smash and grab. Anything your new car doesn't come with, we do the aftermarket accessories for.
Excellent. Warren, I mean, obviously you've been putting a lot of time and effort in with practicing and things like that, and your race pace is definitely showing, running at the front of the field, and that sort of, it's obviously great to see. We've got all this new young blood coming in that are definitely, they've picked up their pace fairly quickly. They've got their feet on the ground with these V8 Supercars and that. what what is your strategy around the passion for speed? How are you looking with tires? Are you are you obviously are you ready to go? And what's the plan of action around the practice and obviously qualifying and the races?
So we obviously want to do a lot more setup. We got a lot of seat time. Setup is quite a big thing. Tires is a big strategy. We hopefully going in with 4 new tires now, so strategy will be a big thing, as well as just trying to stay. I mean, one small mistake in the second race cost me three positions within a split second. So I mean, got to try to focus a lot more and try to keep the car on the good stuff.
Excellent. Well, listen, thanks very much, and just want to say well done. Really, it made a super race. Race 2 was fantastic. I think it's probably your best race in a V8 Supercar, Mobil 1 V8 Supercar so far.
No, definitely.
And I look forward to being on track with you. And good luck for the next race. I'm sure you guys will be following Warren's progress, and we'll definitely be running a few interviews and showing some footage from the practice session on Thursdays as well as Fridays and qualifying at Passion for Speed.
Cool. Thanks, Terry. Thanks, Mobil 1. Appreciate everything.
Yeah, that was Warren Lombard, the Pep Boys Automotive Ford Falcon. Next up, we have somebody that I think everybody knows. He's almost as popular as Ben Morganreed in V8 Supercar racing. Macky Adler. He's a 4 times V8 Supercar champion. Mackie, firstly, good result on the weekend. But before we touch on Pekisa, just give us a rundown about your racing career. Let's talk specifically around V8 Supercars, Westbank V8s as they were called in that. I think I seem to remember your arrival in around 1998, 1999 in a Opel Calibra.
Yes, that's correct. We were very fortunate to be able to start at a young age.
Yeah.
1998 that we started. Our first race was actually in Port Elizabeth in 1999, and I met you there as well on a Telstar. So, those are memories that is priceless, and we had a sabbatical of a couple of years in the middle 2000s, and came back in 2009, and actively in 2014 again. Okay. And you were still there. So awesome times.
Cool. And obviously you took the sabbatical. I think it was probably, in a way, it was probably a good thing, because you just had that, you came back with this fight in you that was, all of a sudden, you arrived, this car was right, you started winning races, and before you blink, you all of a sudden fighting for championships. Not that you haven't, in the previous years, but now all of a sudden you've got those championships under the belt. And just wanted to ask you, I mean, the championship this year is really it started off quite tight. And you've had some good results up to now. What's your feeling around the young guys coming in, and obviously coming in and taking on some of the more experienced guys that have been racing in the series?
Yes, I think if we just isolate the last race in particular, with Julian and Warren and there's so many, JP and everybody, it's absolutely wonderful to see the guys up there and actually winning the races, and I think it makes us fortunate to be able to do what we love and do it door to door, to be able to race and fight for a championship is a privilege, so and I mean, it's anybody's championship at this point in time, so fighting hard is all we can do.
Yeah. And just touching back on the earlier days of your career, and that you've raced against some of the best that have raced in Westbank, in Westbank V8s as such. Who would you, going from young to old, who would you say is probably the most competitive guys that you have raced in this series? Not necessarily of now, but I'm talking about in the past.
Sure.
Who can you say is probably like the one guy that you would bump doors with and things like that wouldn't give you an inch?
Yes, I mean, there's the Groenewalds, the Fouries, the Van der Merwes, the Morganroods, the Wilfords times 2. And I think it was a privilege to be able to race against those guys, and just as much as it is to race today. And I mean, to race against yourself, door to door, Franco, Julian, it's a place where you can do it actually in a safe space, and know that your fellow competitor has the same at heart, the same passion, so awesome privilege.
Oh, excellent. And I mean, you've mentioned some, you're talking about names that are legendary within motorsport, and I'm not talking about just within our series, but I'm talking about in generally in motorsport around South Africa and around the world. All different sorts of categories and things like that. You've won 4 championships. If I said to you, tell me the one that is the most dear to you, and probably the one that was the most difficult, which of those would you classify as those?
Oh, well, first of all, it's only grace that we are privileged to be able to have championships, and absolutely, without a doubt, the 2020 championship, going down to the last race, the last heat, almost the last lap, I did not expect it, and I did not think it was possible, but it was an amazing blessing and a privilege.
Yeah. Well, listen, I think everybody sat there and said, hang on a second, all of a sudden your car was in the lead and things were happening and that, so fantastic. Mackie, I know everybody asks the normal questions. Your car that you drive, will you just tell the people exactly what car it is, who's built the chassis, what's it about, and who's raced it before?
So obviously it's based on the Trans Am series in America. It's got a chassis that was built by SP Engineering in South Africa with a Jaguar XKR body. It runs a Ford V8 engine, a Jericho transmission, a big 9-inch Ford diff, and some awesome Goodyear tyres supplied by Tire Race. And these cars are just amazing and fabulous. And it's not the speed, because speed is relative. It's the cornering and braking ability of these cars that just blows your mind. After all these years, puts a smile on your face that you can't wipe off.
Yeah.
The car was originally built by Grant van Skalkwyk and his dad, Ockie.
Yeah.
And we acquired the car in 2009, and we then rebuilt it and developed it from there to where it is today.
Okay. And your sponsor, I see you got a number of, I think Mackie, you might have the most sponsors out of all of us, yeah? You have a lot of branding on that car. Adlem Auto, obviously I know that's part of within your family. What is Adlem Auto, and where is it situated?
Adlem Auto is a Shell service station in Randfontein, and all the other sponsors are guys within Randfontein that makes it possible for us to race, so the camaraderie inside our town is just fabulous, supporting each other and getting each other on the track. And interesting fact, at a point in 2013, if my memory serves me correct, there were 5 guys that came out of Randfontein competing in that time Westbank V8s.
Yes, I remember Ben the Mayor.
Yes,
Rolf the Sheriff. There was a few of them. Absolutely, 100%. Mackie, the rest of the year, obviously, we've got a couple of races to go. How are you feeling around the championship at the moment? You're lying second.
Yes.
A couple of points behind. It's looking pretty close. You confident?
Yes, we're just going to take each race by race, heat by heat, lap by lap, and if it's meant to be, it will happen for us. But whoever is the champion this year, it will be well deserved.
Yeah. And then just to touch on this past race weekend, well done, 3rd overall.
Thank you.
Great first heat. He's qualified 3rd on the grid and put on a good overtaking manoeuvre on Franco within the first couple of corners, and I think that made for your position that you obviously took there in that first heat. The second heat, crazy times.
Yes, I tell you. The awesome thing about our formula is we've got the privilege of a tyre strategy that you can utilize new tyres or bank tyres whenever you want to. And we opted to bank our new tyres that was allocated to us for Pakisa. So that put us a bit on a challenging front. And I knew I only had one chance with Franco, and if I didn't take it and have it, it would be gone. And the same with the second heat in the version. You only have that much time to make up places.
Yeah.
And we just ran out of rubber at the end of the day, but we knew it, and that was sacrifice. We went to Pekisa, as a strategy, and hopefully we can utilize this late in the year. That will be more beneficial for us, as a team.
Yeah, I understand. Well, it was a great race. I mean, you put on a hell of a fight there. Obviously, everyone could see that your tyres had gone off towards the end.
Crazy.
But you know what? Scored valuable points. Scored some. I believe you scored the fastest lap of the day as well.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
So well done. And you obviously well done on your third overall. I think it's for not obviously running the new rubber, and that it stands you good for the next race or the race after that when you decide to
roll them out.
Yeah. But congratulations and well done.
Thank you so much, and thanks to Mobil One, for supporting us and giving us the opportunity and the platform to live our passion. It is without them, this is not possible.
Yeah. Well done, Mackie. And I'd like to call up Colin from Damepies, where we are, to hand over Mackie's trophy. Thanks, Colin.
Well done, Mackie.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations for a good race.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Cool. Well, that's Mackie third overall, and trust me, he won't be taking third too many times this year. He'll definitely be fighting for the front there. So thanks very much, Mackie.
Thanks.
Excellent. Right, guys. Our second place driver, Franco De Matteo, is busy preparing to head out to the endurance series at East London. He's busy packing up and I think getting ready to head out. So we unfortunately will save his interview for the next prize giving and obviously our meeting as such. But the guy that I do want to call up now, which really gives me a good privilege to call up, is Julian Fameliaris. Julian is one of our youngsters, and the results from the weekend are absolutely fantastic. Julian.
Yeah.
Well done. Welcome to our.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to Mobil One V8 Supercars TV. Jules, before we touch on, like before with the other guys, I just want to touch on a little bit your background, where you come from racing. Did you start in go-karts? Where does this passion come from with regards to racing? And obviously now where you are in Mobil One V8 Supercars.
Well, my passion actually started out when I was about 2-3 years old, and I was watching the V8s. I followed quite a few guys such as Rolf, Mackie, Sorrel. I watched a lot of the guys through the years, and that's where my passion started. So never managed to do karting, but in 2011 my dad built me an E30 BM, and we competed in the BMW club for about 7 years, and we went through the ranks of the classes there. And in 2019 you kept hounding me because you had a V8 available, and we saw the opportunity and we grabbed it and never looked back, and I don't regret 1 minute.
Well, listen, I just want to say well done. You've officially got your first win, and not only your first win, but your first overall win. And I mean, for the amount of seat time that you had in these cars, firstly, people have got to realize that, we haven't exactly been running since last year. We haven't been running a lot of races because of COVID. So your seat time has been limited, but already you're well at the front end of the sharp end of the field, as they like to say. And I just want to say that is really, I mean, these cars are not easy to drive. It takes a lot of seat time and a lot of practice in that. So congratulations, well done.
Thank you very much.
Jules, I just wanted to ask the guys earlier, previous guys, a few things around their car. So can you tell us a little bit about the car that you came from, the car that you're in now, who's driven it, what's the background to it?
Well, the car that I came from, it was Terry Wilford's car, as you know. We ran that for 2 seasons, and the opportunity came up that Franco had Jaco Correa's old chassis lying around. I think it's an SP chassis, so we managed to get our hands on that, and during lockdown built that car together, and we turned our first few laps of that car at Pekisa last year, September. The car seemed quite competitive out the gate, and then we just managed to have a little bit of bad luck through the way. Cape Town didn't go our way. We didn't manage a single lap. So I'm sitting a bit gobsmacked with the result that we got at Pekisa. You know, going from no laps at Cape Town to taking our first place. So the car's definitely going in the right direction, and hopefully we can keep it there now. So yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, I mean, if you talk about the pace and that, you know, obviously you lost out on a bit of points. I know you had some issues, some technical issues in that at Cape Town. It's unfortunate, but you know, you've accumulated a huge amount of points already just in this one race weekend.
Yeah.
It sort of put you back in the game and in the hunt. We've got 4 races. We've got 4 races to go so far. You know, you're obviously quite confident, and I can see you're quite bullish. You're ready to go for Passion for Speed.
Yeah, we'll do what we can. You know, obviously the guys competing in the Mobil 1 series are not they're not a bunch of rookies. It's seasoned veterans such as yourself, Mackie, Franco. Everyone is just they're such fierce competitors, and it's anyone's game at the moment. I mean, we had such a competitive field at Pekisa. Warren led most of the second race from nowhere. You know, it's just anybody's game at the moment. So to predict any outcomes on the season for the rest of the year, I'd be lying to myself. We're going to push as hard as we can and see where that gets us.
Well, you know what? Fantastic job there. I just wanted to say that, you know, Jules, obviously you've come a long way through the ranks and that of motorsport and, you know, racing turbocharged BMs in the BMW Car Club and things like that. And I think all of a sudden people have noticed, firstly, the effort, you know, the dedication that you've put in, a lot of laps on sim racing, getting your eye in the game. Yeah. And obviously, you know, with regards to your dad and your team and the effort that you've put in to build this new car, it is top notch. It is beautiful. It's well.
Thank you.
I mean, it's just got everything of the best. So, you know, well done to your team, well done to you guys, well done to your dad.
Thank you.
And I know obviously that the effort that he's put in is quite dear to you, and that.
It really is. Yeah.
And I just wanted to call up Colin.
Okay.
To present you with 2 trophies.
Okay.
The first trophy being for the position of first overall for the day. Congratulations. And I don't know if you're aware, but not only that, you were also given the Mobil 1 V8 Supercars driver of the day as well for you and your team. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done, Robert. Excellent. Thank you, guys.
Cool.
Well done.
It.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, guys, that's. I think that's a wrap for our first show of the year. It's obviously we want to bring you more info. We will have the cameras on at. We will have the cameras at our next event, Passion for Speed. We know that we probably won't have spectators there, but we will definitely be sharing the live streams through all of our platforms, St. Loop, AG Lubricants, Mobil 1 V8 Supercars, and I'm sure you'll see the link through a couple of the other drivers through their Facebook pages. Keep following. We'll keep you updated on what's going on. Try and send you guys some more info as the weeks go on, heading up towards Passion for Speed. And the one thing I wanted to just say is that you'll see these Mobil 1 V8 Supercar caps here. They are available along with our Mobil 1 V8 Supercar t-shirts. They're pretty cool. Winter's coming up, but they still look good, even if you wear them in winter. And you can get those on our Mobil 1 V8 Supercars Facebook page. They're there in the store as such. Place your order, and we'll get them through to you. We look forward to hosting you guys, and we'll catch up on our next show.